name is Usman Ali. I'm from New York. And how I heard about Dr. Gulani was one of my cousins. He was literally blind, and he went all over the world to see if he could get treatment for his eyes, and eventually he ended up with Dr. Gulani, right? And now he was 20/20 driving, doing his stuff without the glasses, and looking at him gave me hope that if his problem was worse than mine, a very advanced case, if that could be resolved, so then I came here, one consultation with Dr. Gulani, and looking at him, you guys know he's very energetic, and he had a solution. He's like, this could be fixed. I was like, wow. Other doctors had always were like, no, your cornea is too thin. There's no solution. You should rather just stick with glasses. And one thing, getting this in my second eye now, and I see that with all the people to Dr. Gulani, we're not just numbers. He treats us like people and cares about our treatment. So I'm glad I came here. Thank you to Dr. Gulani, right? So that's how I ended with Dr. Gulani.
I'm Glenn Brown from Alabama. I've been dealing with RK since the 80s, like a lot of folks in here. Things didn't go good. The doctor botched the surgery, so I got to watching Dr. Gulani on YouTube, and I have watched I don't know how many of his videos. You could tell the man had a passion like no other and had remedies like no other. So that's why I'm here, to get back to 2020 and enjoy life out there instead of up so close. And the staff here is wonderful. It's like gaining a new family.
Good morning, I'm Robert. It's my wife Kelly. We're from the Virginia Beach, Virginia area. I just finished my procedure with Dr. Gulani. I started my journey as a stalker for about 5 years, actually, and began the stalking journey probably in 2017 time period. First consult was in mid-22. Last year I did the left eye, this year I'm doing the right eye, and it's so nice to see all of you this morning, literally speaking. And in addition to his technical expertise, we found a genuine caregiver, and I'm an RK person by background, and RK in '94, PRK in 2010 time frame, both with terrific outcomes, but it was inevitable that I wound up on a journey with RK drift and all the problems that come with that, and it's just been a wonderful journey to this point, and deeply, deeply appreciative.
Hi, I'm Melinda from Palm Beach County. I started all my vision problems in the 80s with RK, and after that I developed cataracts, and still the vision problems, they never went away, just compounded. So I went to different doctors trying to find a doctor to fix my problems, and I couldn't find anyone who was capable and willing. So I came to Dr. Gulani, and that's my journey. So I'm starting my journey. I also want to thank Dr. Gulani for all his care, and the staff here. Amazing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yolanda, and I'm coming from El Paso, Texas. 30 years ago, I had a RK surgery in both eyes, and then I had another surgery on my left. But then 20 years ago, the things got complicated because I have a disease. I got a disease in the retina, which is retinitis pigmentosa. Supposedly, diagnostics was that I was gonna get blind more or less like in 10 years. So I started searching for a lot of doctors. Years went by, and it got complicated because I got different surgeries. I went to different places to get help, and after having 2 surgeries on each eye, going to Cuba, going to many places. The doctors didn't want to do anything to my eye. They wanted to convince me that don't do anything to your eye, just leave it as it is. Just if you need a psychology, get a psychology, get and just leave the way that you're seeing right now, and try to be happy like that. But I couldn't. I couldn't. It got worse because then I got a cataract. So everything, it was worse and worse and worse. So I started searching for a doctor, and I read about Dr. Gulani on the internet, and I was supposed to, do my research and looking for different doctors. But at the minute that I spoke to him and I had my first conversation, and he said that we're gonna fight for your case and don't give up, and it's like, this is my doctor. And I'm so glad to having Dr. Gulani as my doctor, and feeling this atmosphere, family atmosphere. It's so nice, and the people has been very nice to me, and I have hope. Now we're gonna go in the future for my left eye, and forget about the bad news of being blind or getting blind. I think I have hope with Dr. Gulani.
I'm Sid, and this is my wife MJ. We're from Arkansas. So I went to TLC, Laser Eye Centers in Arkansas, and they said, oh, you can have LASIK tomorrow, and they were offering me 50% off, and they really wanted me to do it. But then I went for a second opinion, and another doctor in Arkansas said, you are not eligible for LASIK because you have astigmatism and thin corneas. But so it didn't make sense. At one place, like, do it fast. So I was very skeptical. I'm glad I got a second opinion, even though that second opinion said you're a bad idea for LASIK. But then my parents live in India, so he told me actually to check out the doctor. So I had a consultation with him, and one thing led to another, and here I am. And I got LASIK. So now hoping get to 20/20 vision soon. And my wife MJ, so she's born blind in the right eye. So when we came here, he saw that her right eye couldn't see. He noticed it, and immediately he diagnosed it. So we actually came for me only, but then we also decided to operate on her, and they found that she had a cataract like as old as an 80-year-old person in her right eye. But we're only like 30 years old. So anyway, no other doctor even mentioned it or found out. They would just like completely ignore the right eye because she has 20/20 vision in her left eye, so she can drive, do everything perfect. So they would ignore the right eye and not do anything or touch it or like absolutely nothing, right? But Dr. Gulani looked at it, and he's like, okay, if we remove that cataract, maybe she can see light, and maybe one day we can kind of find a way to get vision. But and I'm glad that someone's willing to do that. So yeah.
I'm Jim Rowland from a small town in Louisiana, and I had myopia when I was growing up. Started at 10 years old like everybody, and when RK first came out 40 years ago, I was knocking at the door to have it done, and it was actually a success for me for a long time, probably 20 years. But then I started drifting, and I had LASIK, and that lasted for about 4 or 5 years, and then it just got worse and worse. Finally, the doctors kept telling me to wait until I became eligible for cataracts, and I don't know why I didn't start the search for somebody like Dr. Gulani then, but I just went to the regular eye doctor who performed the cataracts and didn't do a very good job. And it was then that I decided to do Susan and I have 6 children, so we've had ample opportunity to try to find the right doctor. They fall off cliffs and engage in all kinds of activities that make us have to find a really good doctor. But I did the research and found, actually ran across somebody who had seen Dr. Gulani, and it was a total chance encounter. And she had such a wonderful experience. I started looking at, researching and having my eye doctors talk to him. And that's what put us here. And so I've now done, I have the cataract, I kept the cataract there, so I've done the laser plastique. I'm coming back for my second cataract, and I'm coming back for the laser plastique. And Susan's coming back for both of her cataracts. So we're very, very much convinced that this is a great place to go.
I'm Carla. I'm a veterinarian here in Jacksonville. I'm here with my friend Ellie. I had very high myopia. I've worn glasses and contacts all my life. I had very chronic dry eye and a very oblique astigmatism as well. And I worked very long days in what I do. And I just got very frustrated with wearing contacts every day with my allergies. I kept rubbing my eyes, and my eye doctor just wouldn't give me any good options. And I knew Dr. Gulani through professional channels, and I came to see him last month. And he corrected my dry eye last week. I had the noise therapy done, and that was a game changer just for that week. And then I had laser plastic yesterday, so I'm very excited to be able to see. And I couldn't have asked for a better experience. I mean, as everyone has said, this is just such a family environment. Dr. Gulani really is it. He's very genuine, he really cares, and I'm very glad I came to see him.
My name is Nia. I'm an actress, singer, dancer, author, and I had shingles of the trigeminal nerve, which caused scar tissue in the right eye. And when I first started going to see an ophthalmologist about it, they were like, they would give me drops, but they wouldn't even communicate with the pharmacy. And so I thought, do I really want to be dealing with a doctor who won't even communicate with the pharmacy? So I just set out to find someone who would actually pay attention to what's happening in my eye. And I'm so grateful that I found Dr. Gulani. The thing that is the most important thing for me with Dr. Gulani is that he pays attention. He trusts his experience, he trusts his skill set, he trusts his knowledge and his knowing. He doesn't take himself out of the equation. He's not just some guy with a degree who's gonna run you like a cookie cutter thing through some technician through something that he just learned how to use. He pays attention to me, what my eye is doing, how my body is responding, and he has created a treatment that allows my body to do what it's meant to do, which is heal itself. And I love that he's working with my body instead of looking at me, my eye, my body, as though it were just one piece of solid thing that we're gonna run through this. I just never trusted that. So to me, one of the most important things that he's doing is actually changing the medical system. Doctors need to have more faith in why they became doctors to begin with and not take themselves out of the equation. And so to me, he's setting an incredible example for the medical associations.
Hi, I'm Reed. I'm in my early 20s, and since 7th grade, I've been having severe stage 3 keratoconus in my right eye. I was misdiagnosed for 5 years, and at the end of my senior year in high school, I was finally diagnosed with keratoconus, which is kind of a poor graduation present. Yeah. And at that point, I was told that, I'll most likely go blind in this eye. My cornea is too thin to have any of these procedures that Dr. Gulani is willing to do. I received cross-linking in my right eye, which we realized has failed from the first doctor. And I came to see Dr. Gulani last year, and he put Intacs in my eyes, which severely helped my eyes. I was seeing 2,500 at first, and then I went to seeing 2,100 overnight. It was very impressive. And at that point, every other doctor had said that surgery was impossible, and I could never even contemplate that. And Dr. Gulani did it. I'm back this year. I received cross-linking in both my left and my right eye to prevent any regression, to promote stability, and we will be coming back later on to receive a visual surgery to help bring my eyesight back to near 2020. And Dr. Gulani, as everyone has been saying, is quite amazing. And everyone knows that dealing with these vision difficulties is not only difficult physically because you can't see, but emotionally as well. And Dr. Gulani gives us hope, and it's amazing.
Hi, I'm Shri, and I'm coming from North Carolina, Charlotte, and I've been dealing with irregular advanced keratoconus in both eyes. So when I first got diagnosed, it was mild, and they said that my only options would be to wear contact lenses or just do a corneal transplant in both eyes. And we were not satisfied with those answers, so we tried just searching. And my sister and brother-in-law, they found out about Dr. Galani and found out about like what he was doing and how he's helped people to see again, and all of like the kind of person he is, and like how he's cared about helping them to like see again. Yeah. And we came here, we had our first consultation in 2022, and he said that he could do an intact surgery in both my eyes. And so we did one in my right eye, and then we did an intact surgery and a cross-linking on my second eye. And in the right eye now, we've done the cross-linking procedure, and hopefully we're waiting to see that I become visual, so that we could try to help me, so that Dr. Galani can like do some procedures in my in both my eyes to help me visually get better. And yeah, he's been really amazing. He's helped me he's definitely cared a lot, and he's definitely like really faithful in the knowledge he's acquired, and he's helped us emotionally to get through this journey, and it's been great. Yeah.
My name is Radial. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I used to do my annual checkup. Doctor used to see my eyes every year. They told me that your cataract is getting developed this year. So, but they never advised me to do an operation. They said that it is not fully developed. So one of my relatives came to my place to do surgery on his eye. He came from Boston. I've seen his success story with Dr. Galani. So I thought that I should visit Dr. Galani. So this year I went and visited Dr. Galani, and he told me that don't wait for somebody who's telling you to get it fully developed cataract. You can get it operated right now, and your eyesight will be better. And then I started looking for information for Dr. Galani. I visited his websites, Instagram, everything. My wife also did some kind of research whether we should be going for this or not. So yesterday we did this surgery, and I didn't feel any pain after the surgery. Only pain was like lying back on the back for 2 days. It was painful. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to meet Dr. Galani. I have a visit in June for the next checkup. And Dr. Galani, when he speaks to you, he gives you a confidence. So that is more important for a patient, to getting that confidence that you will see it better. So I would like to thank Dr. Galani for doing my surgery. I'm looking forward to meet him in June.
Hi, my name is Ezra Rogers. This is my wife, Renee Rogers. She had an aborted Lasik surgery. When was it?
In 2022.
In 2022. We're from Arkansas. We did a ton of research prior to having that surgery. It was actually the third person that we tried to find, and it just ended up being a bad deal. It really made us lose a lot of faith in the medical industry. It was scary, it's caused a lot of, tertiary issues. So we had almost given up, and then she found Dr. Galani just researching on the internet, and we got lucky, really lucky. And we've had a great time here. He's really helped her. She did the moist therapy as well as laser plastic yesterday. And, it's very clear that Dr. Galani thinks outside of the box. He's really pushing the boundaries of positivity, at least in my opinion. And he's inspiring even for somebody that's not an eye doctor, just seeing his enthusiasm and the way he treats his patients. And I think the world needs more people like Dr. Galani.
My name is Martha Calabrese and I live in St. Augustine. This is my husband Peter. About 2 or 3 years ago, he'd gone to a surgeon for his eyes because he had the RK done, and then he started getting the cataracts. Well, they kept going over it and doing it over and over, and they messed it up severely. And the eye doctor actually said to my husband, the only person who can fix this is Galani. And this came from another surgeon. And so he's already had a couple of other things done here. When I went to the doctor the last time, they were talking about me having cataracts and that I had to wait for them to ripen. And so I came here with my husband and talked to Galati, and he goes, why would you wait for your vision to get worse before you fix it? And so I'm here. I got this one done on Wednesday, and next week I'm getting this one done. So I'll be able to have a bright light again. Thank you so much. I'm like a doctor. When he comes out when you're in the lobby and knows your name, even after 2 years, he knew Peter's name and my name. It's a family, it's not a doctor.
That's true.
That's true.